I always cook bacon in my George Foreman grill. Thus far, it's been my favorite way to make it, but I'm going to try today to see how bacon comes out in the halogen oven. So I've lined the baking pan with a little bit of foil to make it easier to clean up, and I'm going to go ahead and put that right inside the halogen oven. And I'm also going to cook some hash browns at the same time. Now I know that hash browns take about 20 minutes, 10 minutes on each side in the halogen oven. So I haven't lined the hash brown pan. I put it in the mesh pan here. That's new because I usually line it. But I want the halogen to get through to the bacon. So we're going to go ahead and try it this way and see how this works out. Go ahead and start this out at 375 for 10 minutes and then come back and turn the hash browns over. So the bacon's crisping up really nicely down there. We've gone ahead and flipped over the hash browns and we're going to set it up for another 10 minutes. It's been 20 minutes and the bacon's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. And the exposed side is looking nice and crispy. Now you probably could have done this on just the mesh rack without the foil on the bottom. And then it might have been a little bit healthier because you wouldn't have had the bacon grease in there and probably would have crisped up a little bit more evenly on both sides without turning it over. But I was really afraid that it was going to stick to the mesh tray, so I've gone ahead and done it this way. And so far it's doing fine. It just requires a flip, which I was not surprised about. I was expecting that. So we're going to go ahead and put it in for maybe another 5 to 6 minutes on this side, and then I think hopefully it should be done. So these actually were done on the other side in 3 minutes, and I went ahead and took them out and drained them. And this is actually what the bacon looks like in the halogen oven. I think they came out beautiful. It's probably a little crispier than I like mine, but certainly not over crisp at all. Now this particular bacon setup here took about 23 minutes in the halogen oven, flipped over for the last 3, and that was on the bottom rack. If you cook them on the top rack, I'm sure it would be really different and a lot quicker, but I was using the top rack for something else. So the bottom rack I like because I don't like my bacon a little too crispy. I like it to have a little bit of a chew to it and a little bit on the soft side. So I think for me, I'll continue to do it on the bottom rack. As a comparison to how these came out versus the George Foreman grill, I think they both came out really well. In the future, rather than 23 minutes, I think I would probably do these closer to maybe 14 to 18 depending, and whether or not I'll use one or the other of the systems really depends on what I'm cooking. The convenience of doing this bacon in the halogen oven is that if you're doing hash browns or something else, you can do it all in one. You don't have to have 2 separate units to cook it in. If I was not already using the halogen oven for something else, I think I'd probably go ahead and use the Foreman grill, just because I like the bacon on the Foreman grill, and I'm kind of familiar with that, but I wouldn't be opposed to using the halogen oven to make bacon at all either. The one nice thing is that when I go to clean it up, all I'm going to do is just take the tray the bacon cooked in and remove the foil and throw it out. But then I still have to wash the bowl, so there's still just about the same time-wise of cleanup as the Foreman grill. So all in all, comparing apples to apples, I think they did a pretty even job, and I think that either unit will give me bacon that I enjoy. So there you go.